www.gettingpositivekarmanow.com presents the series Healing Thursdays with Nalin K. Narula. Here are wide-ranging discussions in an intimate and informal atmosphere with the healing master.
I do keep on making goals that I need to achieve this before I die. And then I think that those are the purposes which I have to heal. And also I try to be happy.
I think one of the things you need to do before you die is to clean out the cupboards.
Yes.
Yes. Get rid of all the junk.
And the money too, why should we leave it?
Use it all up or what?
Yeah, not so you use it sufficiently.
There's too many things in the cupboard actually.
Remove things.
That you put us on a new task now.
So it is like you have to do it monthly.
Things keep gathering.
I don't know how they come up, and now it has been my habit that you have to take it out, the lesson.
Right.
Because, otherwise if you die one day, people are going to say, oh, she
left all this junk.
Old woman, she has so much stuff.
That also is one of the thoughts that
Yes.
before I die, I better clean up so that they don't have too much to do.
Yeah. I think that's good for all of
What
us.
to fish for?
Lesser things you have floating around, I think it makes more space and makes life a little easier.
Otherwise, every day you're taking out all that, putting it back. Then the less things you have, but I know that at least for me, that's a problem in the sense that I have so many things which I have to sort out.
Start little at a time, one small area at a time. And you'll manage it. If you look at the whole thing, it's overwhelming.
So I don't even try to take out things. I open my cupboard rarely.
You don't know what will fall out of it.
I take out, then I do one shelf. Okay, now I know that what's here. For some time I know what's here. So this morning actually I did that. I cleared out things and I had to change one manual. I did that. So now there are some more manuals which need to be changed.
Right.
But then I have to reach there because there's so many.
So many.
So what about those other manuals you have to do?
Which other manuals?
Some retreat or something which I clean out
I
all
don't know.
of
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do with it. You're not using it, shred it.
Shredding is how does one shred it?
Shred it.
Or the inside thing, shred it, burn it, except the plastic. You can shred it and burn it. Or you can just burn it. If you're not using any paper, you burn it.
So you had once said about that symbol which with the last seminar we did, that Lula, you not to use it or to, is it doesn't matter?
I don't use it. I don't connect with it. You have the basic Reiki symbols and the KQ symbols, and that's about it that you need. Because if you are going to become a symbol collector, for every little thing there is a symbol. And you will just confuse yourself. And then you will feel panic stricken, which is the one I need to use for what. See, the symbols manifest, like the Kleem symbol, it manifested out of my chanting of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. That's how the Kleem symbol came. And also the Reiki 3A symbol. That came out of chanting of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And the Kleem, didn't come out of that. Kleem came out of some other mantra we were chanting at that time. I don't remember exactly what mantra it was. So, symbols will appear. You may be totally unaware of it. It doesn't matter. So it's not that if you do not have more symbols, you are going to be penalized. It is simply that the symbol will appear whether you know it or you don't know it. And the healing will take place. So you have a basic set of symbols and you should stick with those, and from them will generate all the others that is required. So there is no need to have this idea that you need a particular symbol more, or now this is the current symbol that is going to be very powerful at this point in time. Nothing like that.
So the reason-
Everything is within the attunement that you have either for the Reiki or the KQ. So everything is encompassed in that. So out of that will generate other energies as and when needed. So you don't have to worry, I don't have this symbol, I don't have that symbol. These are all childish things. And not at a very advanced level. These are very, you can say, beginning level mentality that, I need a new symbol. There's no end to symbols. People will manufacture their own also, because it gives them some sense of ownership. They don't own any symbols. They are coming because of some work that is required to be done. And even Master Yusui, when he saw many symbols. If you remember the narrative of his life, when he got enlightenment for the Reiki attunement from the shloks of the Atharva Ved, he saw many symbols, countless. But the ones that were key, he received 3 symbols. And that's it. And the 4th one it got generated out of our chanting of Namyoho Renge Kyo, which is what you get at Reiki 3A. And then there's the clean symbol, which is another symbol that comes from the third eye. It is having to do with Lord Shiva's trident, actually. So you have plenty of symbols, you don't need anything more than that. Enough. There are 3 primary colors out of which millions of shades are coming. There's red, blue and yellow, and then just combinations of that give you every other shade and hue. Then, so you don't say that I need these many colors. I mean, you may or may not, to ease of painting or whatever you might be doing. But actually there are only 3 colors. So the same way it is, the search for extra this and extra that is a matter of ego also. And lack of awareness of the power of what is already available. The symbols are a way of connecting to the healing energy and invoking it. But under the natural course also, if you are a healer who has done and doing sufficient amount of healing, symbols appear in any case. That's how the healing takes place in your presence automatically also. When you connect with the symbols, you can get more of an energy flow. In your consciousness can be more connected to the fact that the energy is coming down. It gives you a certain sense of participation, basically. So that is a good thing.
What other efforts you can make to be more into that zone of consciousness?
Well, all that you do if you are connecting with the healing energy, that is one. The other thing is that you must know what is it that you have to do also on a regular basis in terms of your life and what should be done. That is important. You must ask yourself, what is the purpose for what I am doing this healing? What is the purpose of my being in that consciousness? Am I trying to go into that healing consciousness to escape from my responsibilities? Or am I going into that healing consciousness to enliven myself, to make myself more enthusiastic, to get more of a delightful, joyful connection and consciousness. Because on the grounds that I am doing healing and I should not do other things is not going to hold up. On the basis of spirituality, unless you have renounced things to that extent, that you don't care, you are managing to live within your means, and you follow through with that and you're comfortable and happy, but then don't be miserable about anything. If you feel you need to have more income, and then you should work for it. It's not happening on its own. Healing is not going to put money in our bank account, nor is it going to put food in our kitchen. For that, you have to do some work using the healing energy as a booster. So you will continue to do everything. It's not that you are devoid now of responsibility or ability even. You have to actually work. Otherwise, why do you need to see the doctor? Healing should fix it for you. But that's not the way the healing works. The healing will guide you to the place where the appropriate vehicles, where the appropriate instruments of delivering the positive aspect of what you're looking for, or the change that you're looking for, will happen. If somebody says, I should now become enlightened about how to speak French, but I don't go to a teacher, I don't study the French, how am I going to learn it? Sudden realization should come, I should now be able to speak French. No. I will do healing that I am speaking French. So, how will you do that? You will have to go and study it, you'll have to learn it. I have this problem, it should get okay, fine, it might. If it doesn't, then what do? I need to seek help. Who do I seek help from? Person who is professional in healing that kind of thing. Maybe it's a surgical procedure, maybe it is a medicinal procedure, so then I need to seek out the person. Maybe I need to go and see a lawyer for other things in my life. If I have an issue, let's say I have a property I want to rent out, I have to have some agreement in place. I can't think Reiki will protect me. I'm a very simple fellow. I am very innocent. I don't believe in lawyers. Let me just say, okay, now you take this place. We have a handshake and an agreement. And then tomorrow you have serious issues regarding your property. Now that is not intelligence. That is not surrendering to Reiki. That is foolishness. So you need to be very aware of how things work in the material world and in the spiritual world. The word buddhi or buddhiman means a person who knows the difference between the material and the spiritual. We covered that in our last session of Bhagavad Gita, actually. So a person who is buddhiman means that the person is aware of the difference between spiritual and material. So in order to be aware of the difference, you first must know what is spiritual and also what is material. So they have to move in tandem because you are spirit in a material body. The spiritual is occupying the material. It is a very strange thing. There is a constant element and then there is a constantly changing element. Two entirely different things. The spirit is constant, your consciousness of who you are is constant, and the body is constantly changing its cellular structure. It's generating new, it's getting rid of the old, and you're having changing bodies, your consciousness is flowing through changing bodies in this lifetime, reincarnating from moment to moment. So all that is going on.
So if we want to help our family members
Yeah.
or friends, that they should have the wisdom to follow the correct diet, and they should get the information.
You have been listening to the Karma Healing Conversations and teachings of Nalan Narula to get empowered for success and happiness.